Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Small Obtainable Goals. I'm Sean. This is my sister, Kirsten. And today we are talking about things that we do to deal with anxiety. Mine are kind of weird. Hers are probably pretty normal, but, you know, weird is relative. So, I realized that a lot of people, like, before they even realize that they have anxiety, come up with like rituals or like random things that they do that like ease their anxiety. So, a lot of people just do these things and they don't even realize that it's because of anxiety. They just think it's like normal. A good example of that was when Winston in New Girl had a panic attack, but he just called it the willies. He was like, "Nah, I just got the willies. That's it. That's all I got." And they're like, "No, you're having a panic attack." And he's like, "Nah, nah, nah, nah." But it's a way for your brain to like deal with the constant stress and just anxiety and uncertainty of your lives. And yeah, these are our stories. Dun dun. My first one is I will rewatch old TV shows.
That was my first one too.
Yeah.
New Girl, Bob's Burgers, Golden Girls, anything like that.
For me, it's New Girl, Bob's Burgers, Elementary, Castle lately. I've been rewatching that. And
Or like Pixar movies that I've already seen. I watch New Girl, Golden Girls. I watch Golden Girls every single night before I go to bed.
do you ever watch Golden Palace?
Yes. Which I love. Don Cheadle is in it, and it's so funny. But it like ended abruptly. They had like 27 episodes, and then like it just didn't have an ending because it got canceled, which was really annoying.
I always hate that.
And then also he plays Chewie. I forget the actor's name, but he's in Cheech and Chong. That like what the heck's that guy's name?
He was in that 70s show.
No, it's the other guy.
Oh. I don't know.
I don't remember his name, but anyway, he's in that, and it's such a funny show. Zach actually likes it more than Golden Girls, but yeah, I watched that, Bob's Burgers, Pixar movies, Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Turning Red is really good.
I've heard great things about it, but I'm a 32-year-old man, so I don't watch that.
It's really good. That's actually the character. Where is she? Oh, right there, Maylin Ling.
That's cool. Has Asian representation too, so that's good.
Yeah. Well, she actually has like black hair in the beginning, and then her hair, like, because not to give too much away, but she like has like she turns into like a red panda.
So her hair turns red.
Or hair turns red. I don't know. It's really good.
Well, I've heard good things about it. I've also heard a lot of people say horrible things about it because it was too woke, but you know, most of them are just conservative Christians who hate everything. Which is totally your prerogative. If you want to hate everything and be miserable all the time, hey, that's your. It's a free country for now. Another weird thing that I do is actually the rewatching shows. I forgot to tell you, I have seen it multiple times that like that's like a thing that a lot of people do with anxiety, and it's because you know how it's going to end, but at the same time you get like the satisfaction of like relaxing and like oh yeah, I remember this part. Oh, I remember this. I remember this. So it's like soothing to your chaotic brain, I guess. Another weird thing that I do whenever I'm having a panic attack, especially, is I make lists. Like I will just open up the notes thing in my on my phone.
That's like
what?
Really common.
Making lists? Really? Because I've never seen anybody else do it.
Yeah, that's what people like. That's what they tell you to do in therapy. Like when you have anxiety, write everything down.
Well, do you mean like write everything down that like you are feeling in the moment? Huh?
No, like make a list of things like, oh my God, I have so much anxiety. I have to do this and this and this. And then you're like, okay, well, I'll just do this. And then you write that down and like, so you can see it. And
Oh
it's
no,
not,
that's for like planning. No, no, no. I make lists like I'll get anxious, and then I'm like, who would I put on a team of Avengers out of the current roster of alive
oh,
Marvel characters?
that's a good idea.
Like Spider-Man, Captain America, and I would probably put Ironheart on there and Thor just to, keep the core there. But then you'd have to shift the main three, and then eventually you start thinking about that, and then you kind of get into like, I don't know. The way it works with me is I get into a different mindset, and then I start focusing on that
Mhm.
instead of hyperfixating on my problems or what I was currently like being bothered with. And then I end up just sitting there and I kind of forget about it for a little bit just because I'm too concerned about like, do I really think that the Winter Soldier would be a good member of the new Avengers team? I don't think he would really pull well with the public.
I don't
Um, I think that She-Hulk would do better, and Hulk, he's great now, that he's Nerd Hulk, but like also he was rampaging around and he probably killed a bunch of innocent people back in the early years.
That's
So
why She-Hulk is superior. She's just a better Hulk.
also I will make lists of just things that it's just basically to get you out of your like your current zone and get you back into your
Yeah.
comfort zone.
Mhm.
Where I will make lists of all the movies that I've seen in theaters over the past 30 years. And then you start thinking about that, and then you forget about what you were obsessing over and what you were being paranoid about.
Mhm.
Another big one for me is I will name all of the characters in a TV show, and then I will like write it down, and I'll be like, okay, all right, all right, I remember this, I remember this, I remember this, and then I'm like, what was their name? And then next thing you know, you're Googling who was the background character in New Girl instead of worrying about, oh, did I turn off that light switch? Or did I turn off the stove? Although the stove is a big one, and I always make sure that I turn that off because I don't want to blow up.
Yeah.
What about
One
you?
one thing that I do is like if I think like I always have like an intrusive thought like every time like someone leaves my house I'm like, "Oh my God, they could die in a car accident." And instead of being like, "That's not going to happen," I'll say to myself, "Well, that could happen, but it's likely not going to happen." Or I'll be like, I could be struck by lightning today, but it's likely not going to happen. I could go in the ocean and be attacked by a shark. That's likely not going to happen. Like I'll do that. Or another thing I do is I'll go like if I'm like at work and I'm anxious, I'll like go like this.
Give yourself a pat on the shoulder. It's gonna
No,
be
like
okay.
I do like both hands. I don't know. It just like distracts me. Or I'll go like this, like on my ears, like
Sometimes I pull down my earlobes to like crack my ear.
oh, I actually always crack my ears. Let's see if it'll pick up. No. No.
Anticlimactic.
Yeah. I haven't seen a movie in theaters in so long, but I think I'm definitely gonna go see Deadpool 3 in theaters.
Yeah, I think so
Probably
too.
like the first movie in
The first movie I saw was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, and it was fantastic because Ronnie knew that I was paranoid about going and being around a lot of people, so he's like, "Dude, we'll just go at like, you know, 10 o'clock showing," and then we did, and there was like 4 people in the entire theater. It was nice.
10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't get done until like 1:30, but yeah.
How's the movie? That wasn't I heard it wasn't that good.
Everyone said that. I thought it was great. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, it
I
wasn't
like
like
Paul Rudd though.
it
Anything Paul.
wasn't. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like amazing, and there
Did
was
you
like some.
know Only Murders in the Building? Paul Rudd's gonna be on it this season.
Yeah, and he was in the last episode of the last season,
Yeah. I didn't
and
know
now
he was like a full character though.
he's gonna be a main character. I think he plays like a like an idiot. I'm not positive. He seems like he plays like a dumb actor. That's what his like role is.
He kind of always plays that. He was like that Bobby Newport in
Yeah.
Wreck.
Yep. Another show that I used to rewatch a lot.
That and The Office.
Yep.
And he's plays like a kind of like a dumb like guy in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. He plays like the surf instructor.
Oh yeah, he plays like a he's basically high all the time. He's like, yeah. And then I always love that one name. He's like, I'm gonna give you a Hawaiian name, dude. And he's like, Pepiopi. That's your Hawaiian name. He's like, thank you. That's beautiful.
I like when he's like, what time is it? And he's like, oh, I don't even know, man. You know, I stopped wearing a watch when I moved out here. And he's like, that's awesome. And he goes, yeah, no, I just have like a clock on my cell phone. It's like, oh. And then he's like, all right, come on. You'll learn once you're out in the water. And then he's like, oh, the weather outside is weather. That's a quote Zach and I like always say.
Yeah, that and then his Anchorman thing where he's like, 70% of the time it works every time. He was also in Friends, and he played like a normal person in Friends. I mean, he kind of like had to be the straight man in Friends because everyone else is such a nut job.
Yeah, well, he was like, I don't know, he was like fine, like in Friends. He was just like, he wasn't even really that funny.
Yeah, he doesn't age either. There's like part of me that thinks he might be a vampire, but like
he was in
probably a nice one.
It wasn't even a movie. I think it was a show or something.
Oh, he plays like a therapist, and he looks old. That's weird. With Will Ferrell?
No. It was called like Happy or something, where he tries to like, he goes to this like spa where they're like, oh, we're gonna cure your depression, but really they like clone you.
Oh yeah, I think I saw parts of that.
Yeah, it's if you're like actively in your depression, I wouldn't recommend it. But like, it's really weird because it turns out they cloned him, and then there's two of them, and then they like fight, and then like they become friends. It's like really weird. And then in the last episode, he has to like kill the other one, but like it just ended that way. Like there's no like, I don't know. It was just a weird show. But it's not like a funny show. It's like a serious show. So Paul Rudd serious is always kind of like,
It's a little bit upsetting, in my opinion. That was like an episode of Rick and Morty. They like purged the toxic things out of them. And then it turns out that they just ended up cloning each other. And then like the clones like tried to like kill the happy, regular, normal people.
Yeah, well, when people leave my house, I'll be like, well, that could happen, but it's likely not going to happen. That's like
one thing that I've always done, and honestly, I stand by it, even though I know that it's borderline insane, is whenever somebody that I love is leaving, I will say, all right, love you, see you later. Just so that, bless you.
Sorry. No,
just so that, God forbid, something happens, then, you know, I always make sure that the last thing I say to people that I love is, okay, love you.
Yeah.
Just because, I mean, I know for a fact that the last thing I said to Dad was, all right, love you, I'll see you later. Or love you, good night.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So then I don't have that like, oh, the last thing that I said to, even when I'm pissed at people, even when Mom's being a bitch, I'm just like, all right, love you, see you later. Sure, does it sound sarcastic? Yeah. But, you know, if I die in a car accident, that'll be the first thing that she remembers. She'll be like, we got in a fight. But he did say love you. I mean, granted, whenever she's pissed, she will be like, whatever, bye. So, you know, my soul is I have a clear conscience. That's her problem if she wants to be a bitch. Mm-hmm. That ain't my problem. Another thing I will do when I am super stressed, especially if I'm like waiting somewhere and I have to like wait for something, like if I'm at the doctor's office or if I'm waiting for my car to get done and there's a weird person sitting across from me who keeps coughing and has no mask on and refuses to cover their mouth, I will start an argument with someone that I really like my best friend or my sister, and it will be about something stupid, like a what if scenario, or what their opinion is on a TV show, or, you know, what would happen if I like
I don't
on
call it an argument. You should call it a debate.
I guess with Ronnie it always turns into an argument because I just purposely say things that I know will piss him off and make him respond to me. Where like I'll say that his favorite character in a show is a little bitch, and then he'll be like, "No, that's not true." And then he'll like argue with me, and I'll be like, "No, here's some facts. Here's this, this, and this." And he's like, "No, that's not their fault." And I was like, "No, they were a horrible person. That's You're a horrible person for feeling that they're a good character." And he's like, "No, no, they're great. They're a hero." And I'm like, "Nope, nope, nope." Usually has something to do with Naruto because that usually gets him to, respond. Is it healthy? Probably not. But like on what was it called? What's the thing with green? Oh, St. Patrick's Day. There were like people walking around the store and everyone was wearing green and I had no green on and I didn't want anyone to touch me because like I saw some lady walk up to another person and be like, I have green on, and she pinched them. And I texted you and I was like, "Hey, if someone pinches me, am I allowed to slap them?" And you were like, "Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you're allowed
assault.
to do anything you want.
You're allowed to do whatever you want. Will you get in trouble? Maybe. Probably.
Eh.
I mean, should I slap a lady in the middle of a store because she pinched me? Probably not. But it's nice to know that someone will have my back if I do.
Yeah.
You'll be like, officer, she pinched him. Do you like being pinched?" No. I didn't think so. What about you? Anything?
I just recently started to get into reading fiction, which I never used to do. I only would read like nonfiction books. But our mother got me into reading Murder She Wrote, which I'm now obsessed with. I've read a ton like
I love reading fiction.
because
Love
it's
it.
like a different reality. Like you're just living in like a different reality, and it's just nice. Like every night before bed, I used to like play on my phone. And then I'd be like, why can't I fall asleep? But now I read every night and I'm like 5 pages in and I'm like started to doze off.
Yeah, I do that too, except I do it on my iPad, and the blue light is supposed to keep me up, but apparently I don't have that gene that keeps you up. And like I'll be reading and I'll be like literally falling asleep as I'm reading. I'm like, and then I'll keep rereading the same thing over and over again. I'm like,
Oh,
I
yes.
should probably just.
Yeah.
I have no idea what just happened. I read this whole page and I have no idea what happened. And I'm like, I should probably just go to sleep.
Yeah, I'll like read it and then I'll start to like doze off and like dream. Or I'll be like thinking like I'm reading something for work, and then I'm like, oh my god, I need to go to bed.
Yeah. Or I'll have like the classic like where you fall asleep and you're like, what just happened?
Like,
And like you realize like if like sometimes I'll have something on in the background and like it'll be at a scene like I know, and then I'll like close my eyes for what I think is a second, and then like it'll be like 3 minutes later and I'll be like, what the hell? Did I time travel? I didn't.
Time travel.
I have dreams where I time travel a lot and they
By the
suck.
way, I liked the Adam Project.
Yeah, it was okay.
I thought it was good.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, it kind of annoyed me that the dad was like, "No, we can't." Spoiler alert to anyone who hasn't seen the Adam Project yet. But when the dad was like, "No, we can't change the timeline," and he's like, "Dad, our mom is miserable. I'm a child. I'm miserable. I can save you." And he's like, "No."
But he knows that you can't do it because they destroyed like the piece of time traveling. So like it wouldn't have mattered anyway.
No, but the dad knew because the dad was in the past and they destroyed it in the future so that they disturbed it in like the present time, and the dad was in the past, so like the past doesn't change. So the dad remembers meeting his son when he grew up and was Ryan Reynolds.
No, it would have altered the whole.
No, it wouldn't have. It would have altered the timeline from where they started. So the dad could have survived, but he thinks that it would screw up the timeline even more.
Yeah.
So the dad could have survived. And I mean, just as someone with a dead dad, I was like, hey, be there for your kids. Don't screw the time stream. I don't know. That's another thing in The Last of Us. That's another reason you should watch The Last of Us. It's another like moral quandary where they're like, what's better to do, the right thing or the right thing for the person that you love? Obviously, in my opinion, it's always the right thing for the person that you love. You know, I won't ruin The Last of Us for you though. You should totally watch it. It's
What is it
fantastic.
on Hulu?
HBO, I think.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it stars Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, he's like famous now.
Yeah, he does everything. And he's
I
pretty.
don't know who that is.
He's a good actor. I mean, he was in The Mandalorian, and I like him because he always wears his helmet. And a lot of actors, they like always like whenever they get like big movie roles and stuff, they'll like take off the mask or they'll take off the costume, and you're just like, yeah, I get it. It's annoying, but like at the same time, like I want to see Spider-Man on the screen. I don't want to see a guy without a mask on. Yeah, I mean, is Tom Holland great to look at? Yeah, of course. But I want to see Spider-Man. I want to see the mask. The mask is cool. I feel like if I had a mask, I would wear it all the time. Like Batman. Like
I wear my mask all the time.
Yeah, so do I. But I would wear a Batman mask if I had it. I'd totally wear that all the time. You'd never see me without it. If I had like a good high quality one, heck yeah. I wear that every single day, and people will be like, that guy, that's Batman. He doesn't take off his mask. I'm like, no, I don't. Like, it's weird. He's really weird. I'm like, yes, I am, but I'm Batman. So screw you.
I like in New Girl when she's like the Batman mobile, and she's like,
it's the Batman mobile.
Batmobile.
Batman mobile. No, Batmobile. Batman mobile. You're not getting it. I don't know why. Hello, Schmidt. I am the Batman. The Michael Keaton.
Oh, Batman.
I'm Batman Schmidt. She's just trying to do a man's voice, even though she's horrible at it. Cece's in a new show. It's called Not Dead Yet, where the lady sees the ghosts of people. It's not great.
Oh, is that basically the School Spirit but adults?
No, because School Spirit is no one can see them, and they're just haunting a school where they all died. And
they all die at the school?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like the one girl was murdered by her teacher in the 1960s. The one guy is killed during a football homecoming game. He like gets his neck snapped.
Oh.
Another kid, he goes to eat French fries because he confesses to this boy that he likes, and he like gets in a fight with him. And he goes to like eat his feelings in the cafeteria, but the cafeteria didn't tell him that they fried the French fries in peanut oil, and he forgot his EpiPen. So he died like that.
Whoa. That's how
one girl got crushed by a light in the what's the thing called? Where it's like, I don't know, like the stage. Like she was like up in the rafters of a stage, and then like a light came down and crashed on her.
Oh, like in a theater?
Yeah, like in the theater room. I don't know. I never went to the theater at the school, so the school is really weird too, and it makes no sense to me because they were like, thank you for having the whole class come in here, and it was like 100 kids. And I was like, oh my God, that's such a small school. But then they like show the school, and the school is huge. And like, it's so huge that like they have like whole abandoned areas of the school because it's so big that they just don't need to go into these like abandoned rooms. And they have like a huge Olympic sized swimming pool. But they only have like 100 kids at the school. And it makes no sense. I get that it's just a movie and it's just a TV show and they, set up stages and that's what they were doing. But I don't know. It really bothers me. But since we're off topic, might as well get back on. I play solitary and Sudoku like a psychopath sometimes. I will play like 20 games in a row before bed. And basically I just keep playing until my brain like shuts down and it's like, this is so boring. Let's go to sleep.
I play a game too called Collect 'em All.
Is it Pokemon?
No, it's not. It's actually, I'll show it to you. It's literally just connecting patterns. Like it looks like.
Sometimes they like get me with like the commercials, but like I know that I'll get obsessed with it, so I don't download it. But you know that one game on Instagram that always pops up where it's like treasure, a monster, water, and then you can like move the lines and like you're supposed to like, move the line and then drown the monster and then drop the treasure into the
That's
thing.
how this is.
Yeah, I always want to do that, but then I'm like,
You
I know.
connect like all the oh, you can't really see it, of course.
Can't see it
Can't
at all.
But you like connect the colors, so like you get as many colors as you can, and then it like will like drop down, like, and you try to like break the ice and collect all the different colors. It's just like literally just like a mindless game.
Sometimes those are fun. That's why I play the Lego game sometimes. There's literally no stakes to it. It's just keep hitting the square button until the monster spits up the Lego bricks. And then you win. And then if you die, who cares? There's literally no stress.
Now,
I got Lego Star Wars. I don't like it that much. I thought there was going to be like a customation thing, but there doesn't seem to be. And I don't like that.
I'm not a Star Wars person.
Me neither. I really like The Mandalorian, but only in the sense that I like it like Taco Bell, where I will eat it, I will save it up, and then I will binge a bunch of it at the end of the season. I really like binging shows just because I like to know how things are going to end, and I don't like waiting.
Yeah, same. I don't even understand how we used to watch TV with commercials. So weird.
I don't get it either. I also don't understand how people don't like spoilers.
I love spoilers. I hate when someone's like, "Oh, well, I'm not going to tell you the ending because I don't want to spoil it." And I'm like, "No, you can." Like that's why I asked. And they're like, "No, it's really good. You got to watch it for yourself." I'm like, "I will never watch this now."
I will never watch it. I hate you. Get away from me.
I'm like, "Get out of my house."
Ronnie will do that sometimes. He will send me the ends of movies that he goes and sees in theaters because he knows that I don't like going to theaters.
Mm-hmm.
And he will go to like see. He went and saw Black Panther in the theaters, and then he sent me a video of the ending. He was like, "Yeah, this is what the bonus scene was." And then he sent me like the bonus scene of like of Venom too. He was like, "Yeah, this is the bonus extra scene at the end, just so you don't have to see it or wait." And I was like, "Oh, thank you, thank you."
Good for him.
God bless. Speaking of movies, during a movie, if I start to get anxious, I will go to doesthedogdie.com.
Oh, yeah, I do that too.
I will also go on Wikipedia and look up the ending of a movie, and yeah, it is a huge stress reliever to know that. I know that a lot of people don't like spoilers, but I love them.
I love spoilers. I don't care.
Like when I saw Prisoners, oh my god, I had to like look up the ending of the movie in the movie theater when I was like 20 minutes in. I was like, oh my god, does he get his daughter back? Does he? Oh my god. I can't. I'm gonna have to leave.
Does he?
Yeah. Yeah, but then he gets trapped. But then at the end, they leave it on like a mild cliffhanger where like he's blowing a whistle, and then what's that guy's name? He played Mysterio in Spider-Man. Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, he's like the whole movie they like make him out to like be this like he definitely has like a cocaine problem, but then they never address it. So like all during the movie, like I guess it was like a cut scene or something, but all during the movie he's like this. He's like, and he's like trying to like stay focused and stuff, and you're just like, I feel like something got cut out. But then I guess because it was PG-13, they had to like cut out him doing cocaine, which I guess I get, but at the same time. So what else do you do to deal with your anxiety?
I buy Funko Pops.
Spending is a big thing. Whenever I feel depressed, I do that.
Yeah.
I like to spend money and then I feel horrible about it afterwards.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and then you get guilty.
Yeah, I get the dopamine and then I'll be like, God, why did I buy this?
I'll be like, surely if I buy all this stuff, I will feel better. And then I buy it and I'm like, yay. And then the next day I'm like, why did I do that?
Why did I do this? What am I doing with my life?
I know. I probably should just like schedule therapy instead of retail therapy, but what
I
are you
mean,
gonna
it
do?
probably would be cheaper in the long run, but I mean, what do doctors know? I will play songs on repeat,
Oh, I do that too.
and I mean, I will like play them over and over again. I
Mhm.
play the one. It's usually a Taylor Swift song. I'll play it on repeat, and it'll kind of like hypnotize me, and then I'll fall asleep. And I like
Yeah.
that.
I always play "You're on Your Own, Kid."
Yeah, I play that one or Sweet Nothing.
That one is like a lullaby.
Yeah, I know.
Have you ever seen the video? And it was like, I'm so glad when Taylor Swift released our song, she was faking a country accent and not her actual Pennsylvania accent. And then it cuts to somebody and they're like, from Pennsylvania, and they're like, our song is a slamming screen door, sneaking out late, tapping on your window. And then it's like when you're on the phone and you talk real slow. It's so
Because
cute
it's late and your daddy don't know.
because it's late and your mama. I think it's mom because it's late
Yeah,
and his mama. I think is
yeah.
I don't know something like that. God,
She really,
goodness.
she really surpassed that. She was like, "I'm going to get in as a country star, and then I'm just going to become the greatest of all time."
Yeah, literally.
Good for her, Taylor. If you're watching this, I'm single and I love your music, and I am totally okay with you being the main breadwinner. That's fine.
And you guys share the same birthday.
No, we don't. She's a month older than me.
Oh, she's December 13th, right?
Yes, and
Yeah,
I
and
am November 13th.
I thought she was November 13th.
No, no, she's December 13th. She's not lucky enough to be in November. Having your birthday in December kind of sucks because it's like, I don't know. Especially,
It's like 8 days before Christmas.
I know. That's why it sucks because I get all excited. I'm like, I got you this awesome gift. I did great. And then I'm like, then like it's your birthday and I finally give you your birthday present. And I'm like, oh God, there's freaking Christmas this next week. Son of a bitch. And I'm like, I didn't get you anything yet.
Yes,
And then I
I
ended
can literally just buy a bunch of Christmas gifts, and then he just like takes one of the Christmas gifts and like puts it in birthday wrapping paper.
good for him. That's smart.
He'll be like, I don't know what I'm going to give you for your birthday yet, but it's upstairs. So I'm like, okay.
Another serious one that I will do, and it's more of like an OCD thing, I think, but it also does calm me down, is I will like say like a prayer. And I don't necessarily know who I'm sending it to, but I'm just like, you know, it's usually just I can be calm, relax, and rest easy now. Thank you, God. And then it's just over and over and over again until like my brain kind of like shuts down. And then it's just like,
That's
all right,
a mantra.
I guess it's a mantra.
Yeah, my therapist always recommends the Calm app, like where it's like, I don't want to say hypnosis. I guess it's kind of just like meditation where you repeat like a phrase,
Mm-hmm.
like I am worthy, I am kind, and I am smart, or so I don't know, something like that.
Yeah,
Um,
I used to do that at work when I would have to go on deliveries and I wasn't driving. I would just sit there and kind of zone out, and I would just like repeat a word in my head. It was usually Bermuda. I'd just be like Bermuda, 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 and I would just say it over and over
I
again.
wouldn't be able to do that. I'd be like Bermuda, Bahama, come on, pretty mama.
Well, that's usually what would happen like halfway, and then I would get tired, and then I'd be like Bermuda, Bermuda, and then I would like fall asleep, and then like next thing I would know, they'd be like, "Hey, wake up! We have to get out this couch." And I'm like, oh, God, you couldn't just let me sleep more. I hate it here. I hate being awake. That's all I got for list of weird things I do. What about you?
Yeah, I don't really have anything else. I'm trying to think, like sometimes I'll like bake or like just anything that could kind of distract me. I'll do my makeup, like weird. Um,
Sometimes I like organizing things, like my books. I'll just like be like, you know what would look better if I did it alphabetical, and then I'm like,
I
you know what?
rearrange my Funko Pops a lot.
Yeah,
Not the Golden Girls ones though, because those are I have the Funkos and then I have the Fisher Price. I don't even know why. I just saw them. I was like, I need these.
Well, I mean, they are Funko, so, or I mean, they are Golden Girls, so you were like, I need Golden Girls stuff.
Yeah. Actually, on the futon over there, I have a blanket, a Golden Girls blanket.
Another thing, I just realized a new thing that I like doing is I like building Legos sometimes. Like if I get like a set, I can just kind of turn off my brain.
Yeah, Zach does that. He'll just like
Yeah.
sit and build Legos, and he's like, it's really therapeutic. Or like coloring. I've done like the coloring like for like people with anxiety, the really small ones you're supposed to use pens with. But I really like those. I like a nice got it from Walmart kids coloring book with some crayons and just
Crayons is a dying medium. It's a completely underlooked medium. I used to love drawing with crayons.
Yeah.
I don't get why people like look down on it. I'm sure that there's like crazy artists out there who can like do crazy insane things with them.
Yeah, that's like the new thing is to like melt the crayons and like use it as like, I mean, it really is just like wax, I guess, right?
Yeah. I remember when we were little, we used to try to melt the crayons and make rainbow crayons.
Oh, yeah.
They would always come out black, though.
Yeah, you just like unlocked a weird memory.
Yeah. Mom would put them in the oven, and then we would try to like swirl them together, but then she would also make cornstarch and Hawaiian punch Play-Doh.
Oh, that was cool. It was like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Well, we would have never had the brand name Kool-Aid, but basically powdered flavoring that you would add to water.
Yeah.
Make the homemade Play-Doh. But you know what? It smelled good, and it was like,
It smelled good, and it lasted for like, I don't know, a couple days, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was non-toxic, so you could eat it, even though Mom would never let us eat it.
I personally didn't have the urge to eat it, but
you never had the urge to eat Play-Doh?
No.
You're weird.
I am weird.
You're not right in the head. Everyone wants to eat Play-Doh. Don't be ridiculous, Angela. Everyone wants this.
No, Andrea, don't be ridiculous, Andrea. I think that's Meryl Streep saying that. I think it's from The Devil Wears Prada.
Probably. Meryl Streep is a vision.
She's also going to be on Only Murders in the Building.
Yeah, I saw that in the preview. I also saw a new thing with what is her name? Selena Gomez. Mm-hmm. She came on and she was like doing like a live stream, and then people kept donating her money, and she was like, "Why are you doing that?" She was like, "Stop. I don't need your money. I don't need it." And like people just kept donating it, and she's like, I just wanted to do this for fun." I don't know. She's pretty cool. She's like, "I'm already rich. I don't need your money."
I love her. She posted this video because people kept commenting on her weight. And she was like, I am on lupus medication. And when I'm on a certain medication, it makes me gain weight. So I need to be healthy and be on my medication. Like, and it's so true. Like there are so many like medications I was on, like for lupus, like that like were for pain or whatever, and they just make you gain weight. And if you're on prednisone, it makes sure you gain weight in your face. And there's just like I just can't stand people. Like, why would they be like telling her she gained weight? Like, what is it to you? Who cares?
I don't know. As long as you're healthy, who cares? As long as you feel good.
Yeah,
I mean, there was like a bunch of people that I've seen, they like gained weight and they looked better. There's like some people that are like that. And then there are some people that are like, you should lose weight. Like when I was like, almost 500 pounds, the doctors were like, you should lose weight. And I was like, I know, but I can't because I just want to eat things. And now I'm still like that, but I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier.
And you're thriving, sis. You lost a whole human of weight.
Yeah.
You lost a whole human worth of weight.
Yeah, no, if only I could use like half a human, and then I would be like a normal human myself. So that'd be cool.
I don't think you're actually overweight. Are you?
I don't know. Probably.
I don't think so.
I want to break 300. I want to get below that. That's the goal.
I would love to lose 20 pounds, but it's really hard. Like I would
Yeah.
have to do like a calorie deficit. My problem is I put stuff on my plate and then I'm like, oh, okay, well I don't want to waste it. I have to eat it. And then I
Yeah.
know I can go back and get more. Like I should just put less on my plate, you know?
Yeah, that's how I get too. Also, I don't like wasting things. Like,
Mhm.
I bought a bunch of oranges and they are horrible, and I just want to throw them out. But today I juiced one of them, and it was horrible. But I was like, maybe it'll be like bearable. But it was horrible, and I
You should
hated it.
just add orange zest to stuff. Like
No, I
there's
just
some recipes for like orange. Have mom use them for freaking chicken a la orange or whatever.
ugh, ugh. God, I hate that stuff. I haven't. That was like if there were any benefits of Dad passing away, it was that we haven't had chicken all orange or chicken coquettes since.
Oh, those are the worst.
Yeah, and that other
That's
thing that he
like
would.
a pocket of chicken.
Yeah,
It was like a bowl of chicken.
yeah. And then what was that other thing that he really liked?
Salisbury steak.
No, Salisbury steak is like meh. I mean,
I
it's literally just ground beef with gravy on it. So it's like meatloaf, but like not as good.
I hated it.
Yeah, I always hated restaurant potatoes just because
Okay,
Mama's.
you know what? That's not even a real thing. Mom literally would like chop up potatoes and then microwave them and put like butter and like some herbs on them and call them restaurant potatoes. And some of them would be overcooked, some of them wouldn't be cooked through all the way. I hate restaurant potatoes. I hate those potatoes. They're mom's potatoes.
Yeah, those. What was another one that she would make? Oh, that gross thing that Dad used to love, but it was like because he grew up white trash. It was like that like microwavable like turkey with gravy. Oh, that stuff
Oh
was so
yeah.
gross.
It was like an entree,
Yeah, it was so gross.
a banquet or something like that. I don't think
And like
it's
the weird thing, I love like actual real sliced turkey, like heated up, and then you put gravy on it. It's fantastic.
lunch meat turkey.
No, like a little bit higher quality than that. They
Like
used to make it in high school. They used to make like hot turkey sandwiches in
mhm.
high school, and they were fantastic. Like they
Yeah,
had no business being that good.
yeah, our school had the best French fries.
Yeah, they had the best
It
French
was
fries,
so
and they had good pasta like every day. And like sometimes like a really like a little like tiny guy would come in and he would like make like real fresh pasta. It was really weird. He had like the machine and he was like and it was like a bunch of pasta man. And he's like, here you go, kids. And I was just like, why are you here? I think that like he was like a real restaurant guy and he was like married to one of the lunch ladies and he would just like come in to like hang out with her.
the one lunch lady that was in the what the hell was she? She was in
Penn
the
campus.
no, she was on the like the upperclassmen building. What the hell was that called?
The Commons.
No, on the opposite side of that building. What the hell was that? I don't know. I used to eat lunch there because I had class in that, like I had health right in that room, and I had history right before, so it was like I just sat there. But when people were like really mean to me, she and I'd go up to buy French fries. They were like $2, and like Daddy would give me money to buy French fries, and I'd go up, and she would take the regular French fry like cup, and then she would unfold this brown like tray, and then she would just keep filling the whole tray with French fries, and then she'd be like, and like wink at me, and give me all the French fries. She was so nice.
I remember Dad used to, when we found out that lunch was $2.50, you could get a meal, whatever the hot meal was, a side of some sort, and you could also get a chocolate milk, and that was $2.50. Dad would give me $3 every day, and then he would tell me to put the 50 cents in my gym bag and just leave it in there, so that if he ever forgot to give me money, I would have enough money in the thing. Thank you for watching Small Obtainable Goals. Hopefully this helped you in some way or another, or it can, help somebody that you know. If you're having trouble, call 988. That's the national suicide prevention hotline, and they'll, hook you up with somebody who can help you in your local area. It's all free, so take advantage of it. And yeah, like, comment, subscribe, or don't, whatever makes you happy. I'm Sean. This is my sister, Kirsten.
I'm Kirsten.
Yeah. You've ruined it. All right. Thanks, everybody.
And cut.